So now I need 6 sub-tracks really, so that each of these guys can go and land on the timeline. So I've got 1 already. Let me go and make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tracks. And I don't really need to name them. I'm just going to start at the front here. This is going to be that. Left front. So we're going to do left on the first 3 and then these left on the back here. So I'm going to make them synchronous for now, just to see how this is going. Left middle leg goes here, then there's the right middle leg goes here, and then there's the right back leg that goes here. Left back leg goes here. See what that looks like. I don't really know yet. When you see this up until here, and one guy isn't quite doing it. It's the right front leg. I think, have I got the front leg right? Oh yeah, this shouldn't be here. This should be the right front leg, shouldn't it? There. Left front middle back, right front middle back. There we go. Yeah, so they're just not synchronous enough. So on a real crab, I think each leg kind of starts and stops its own cycle independently. So we'll go and just shift these around. Maybe like this, so that they're all kind of offset like this. And then we have, yeah, then we've got this this to about here. Nice. So then that's kind of nice. So now we can just go and extend the Aniblocks so that they loop. So while we see all the legs moving at the same time, there's this point where there's a standstill, and then we wait for everything else to pick up again. If I were to loop this time and time again, then that's the walk cycle. I think that's kind of nice. Oops. Yeah, so now it's literally just about finding the right offset here, that these things look nice. I'm going to go and shift them slightly closer together, and maybe make them like a little step here like this. I'll see how that looks, what that looks like. That's almost too uniform. I like the previous approach a bit better. It is, isn't it, Jeremy? And also thinking, well, I think what fascinates me about doing this is that there will come the point where I'm not going to know, I won't know how to fix a problem and how to make it better. Like now, this is all just down to experimentation and seeing how we can make this better. I'll see something like this. Let's see how that goes. I think the first thing that we had was actually the best. Impatient idle, yes, absolutely. Sadly, I don't quite remember what it was that we had there. Let me go and loop these things out a little bit further so that we have at least 3 loops here on each. Yes, if you do have Apple Arcade, check out Spider with a Y. It's very nice, just a nicely done animation, or like just the how the main character moves about. That's very, very nice. Spider with a Y. It made an Unreal Engine, by the way. Very cool. I don't know if it's ever going to come to something like PC or console. Currently, they've only just made it for, whoops. They've only just made it for the Apple Arcade. Oh, I can't extend it to the front. That's a shame. Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, I don't think it's quite. I don't think it's. I would like for all of these guys to be completely independent and faster, so that something is constantly happening with the legs. Let's see if we can make that happen. I mean, he's certainly moving. Do you know, Daja, I wish I could remember what that looked like. I don't remember what it looked like. But the good thing is we can just redo everything. That's the beauty of these Aniblocks. So I can literally go and remove them all and just start again from scratch and see when it actually looks great. So left, let's start with the left side first, left front leg. Left front leg, and then in conjunction with that, I would imagine that while he's doing this with the front leg, I would imagine that the corresponding back leg is on the ground finishing the motion. I'm thinking that's probably how it happens. So front leg, this guy goes here. So while we're here, we should be on the furthest bottom point here, which is kind of the middle of the block. I'll just loop that a few times. So while we do that, yeah, this is exactly what I'd like. So while he's doing, this is the kind of motion I think we should achieve with every leg. While this guy's digging, this guy's then digging once he's finished digging with the other arm. I think that's the way to do it. And then go loop that while we're at it. Goody, let's do that with the middle ones here. So front, left middle leg, that goes here. And that is, of course, then slightly offset. So it would go and maybe start that motion here. Doing the same thing once he hits the ground. We're going to go and use the opposing leg, this one here, for it to, at that point, move up. So that's the right middle leg. That's going in here. And it too is going to be offset. So at that point, it's kind of halfway through the block ish is when that happens. He's up, he's down. Yeah, perfect. And then we'll go loop that, and we'll also loop this. So middle legs, he's up and he, oh, what happens? Yeah, perfect. One's up, then the other one's up. That's the way to do it. That's how he walks. Then we offset this. Now the back leg would kick in here. So left back leg would kick in here. Loop that. That makes sense. So then the right back leg goes in here, but kind of halfway through the block, so that it's the opposite side. Here we go. I think that's how he could walk. I can see that working. And speed we can adjust, that's all adjustable. And the loop point will adjust, that's also adjustable. But yes, absolutely, there we go. I think, oh, the winks, yes, that's other things. So there's winking, there's moving with the eyes, there's taking the claws and, you know, snapping away. There's winking, there's blinking as well. So I'm trying to put all that in, and yes, it'll all be done with Aniblocks. So I don't really know if I should have all the Aniblocks happening at the same time. So that'll mean we have a huge amount of tracks. Or because I can't do that, can I? Yeah, I can go and close some of these down. I wonder if I can have a group here, something like that. Layer packed or sparse? What's the difference? I don't think I can see a difference. Packed or sparse? I see. I don't know. It's the same one. I'd like to be able to have a group here of some description. So I've got this. That's a group for the whole crab that I can turn on and off. But what if inside that I need another group? Can I do that? Certain things I can make visible or invisible. Oh, I see. So turn the visibility off and then this doesn't happen. That's quite nice. I didn't know that. Very nice. And then of course there's locked bits, so I can go and lock this, and then what happens? Then I can't actually do anything with these things. Okay, that's good. I like it. It's a start. I think I'm going to go and rename these guys. So this one is the left front leg. I think that's a good start here. Left front leg. So ideally I'd like to have a legs group. That would be nice, right? Left middle leg. Left back leg. And these I can just disable those if I want. Right front leg. Right mid leg. Right back leg. There we go. That's the other option, Daja, that I essentially go and turn this back into keyframes, and then I free up my whole Animate timeline here. I could do that as well. That is a possibility. So that's another thing I may consider that. Not entirely sure how I'm going to handle it. I think I'm going to go and save this first of all. I'll call this Crab Walk V2, just so that I know what that is. That could be my main animation file. So while these things are going on now, I can extend them literally indefinitely. If I go and do that until somehow here, just for testing, because I want to see. So currently he's walking in the same spot. So if I wanted to go and add motion of the whole crab to it, the way I do that is to have another Aniblock here in the whole Toon Crab group, and I'll go and actually double click this. No, click this button here, and then call this one here. This is kind of the horizontal movement. In this here, I can now go and create an empty Aniblock with no properties in it. I might start that at the front here and make that, actually, am I going to make that larger, longer? Or am I going to do it with just the regular timeline? So the timeline is still working here. I can go and override values here. So if I go and turn the crab from here, That's my first keyframe, and then maybe over the course of 3 seconds-ish, like say frame 100, I'd like for him to have moved over here. And that should be, is that overlaid? No, it's not. It's totally not overlaid because that wasn't a keyframe here. There, keyframe, boom. And now you are still not moving. Because the Animate timeline is in charge. So, curiouser and curiouser. Well, I've got my scene saved, so that's cool. I can just go and grab another one and just make that happen as a secondary Aniblock. So let's go not save anything. Brand new scene. Bring Crab back. And say here is with Crab selected frame 0. And then add frame 100. Or literally anywhere. That's where I would have liked for him to walk over here. Goody, so here. New Aniblock from Studio Keyframes. That's that Aniblock. You're still moving? Yes, but you're not animating. That's cool. So this is our motion block essentially. There's easier ways of doing this. Movement, I'll call it, and save that as movement. There, perfect. So now I'll go back to my other scene. Don't save it. And here I can now go and create another Aniblock, drag the motion block in here so it's not showing movement there. Perfect. Movement does this. I can go add movement on the bottom and see if he is in fact moving. Look at that. If that's a bit too fast, that's okay. We can talk about that. It's also it's currently not linear, so it might be nice if he's walking linearly. Linearly, is that a word? Well, that's certainly him animating across the screen. That's quite nice. All with the power of Aniblocks. Woohoo! Hey, this is exciting. I'm seriously impressed with that. And this was in an hour and a half. That is not bad at all, is it? I mean, ha ha ha. Walking crab. So the other embellishments then about snapping and looking and all that, that's just a matter of tweaking that now. That is very impressive. So if I were to, I'm envisioning him to do this over the screen, something like that. So I wonder he probably needs to move a little bit slower and just keep doing what he's doing. And also the interpolation of the keyframes for the movement, just for the movement, that is currently as a curve. I wonder if it makes sense to do this as a constant linear thing. But very good, very good. I'm impressed. I'm very pleased with what we've done so far. Exactly, and then comes the camera angle. So I think for the stream overlay, it'll be something like this from the front. Let's see if I can make him slightly slower. That's actually doable in the whole Aniblock here. So I think I can go and say this movement here. Let's make that 50%. And then he's much slower. He also stops at that point because my timeline isn't long enough and I haven't looped these blocks here. So let's go do that. Shame I can't. Can I select multiple and extend all of them? No, it's only block by block, I'm afraid. But that's kind of like you said earlier, Daja, if you have this, if we're absolutely happy with this movement of his legs, I can go and literally bake this out and turn it all into keyframes that I have him walking in the same place for a certain amount of time, and then turn that into a new Aniblock. So if we were to do this now, I think that's a good motion. That's a good speed of motion as well. Oh really? How exciting! How old is your son? And how long has he been playing the piano? It's working. I mean, I'm super impressed by this. It's been a lot of work, but it is working. It's 4.5. Oh, he's 4.5 and has been playing the piano for 17 years. No, Jay, it's probably the other way around. Okay, great. Say hello to your son. Good to meet him. I used to play the piano. I was very impressed by a guy at school who used to be funny. He's a conductor today, so that's Olaf was his name, and he used to be amazing on the piano. The most impressive piece he played was the Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin. Very cool, very, very cool. Yes, I thought that, Daja. Very nice. So this is, how long is this now? This is 7 seconds. I'd be interested to make this even longer than that. I think maybe 10 seconds or 7 seconds. Kind of good. That's kind of good, isn't it? I think 10 or 12 seconds was probably be my idea of total happiness. Yeah, let's say 11. So then we have a little bit at the top and the bottom, I'd say. Oh, also, Daja, I was thinking of you earlier. Daniel has started streaming a lot recently, and I watched his stream earlier. Always wonderful to see his tips in Clo and in Marvelous Designer. Some of the designs he's made, he's sharing on Ko-fi for free. So he just does it for fun. And I bought him a coffee, or 3 coffees actually earlier, because I really enjoyed watching him do his thing, and the magic that is that's just behind, you know, the Daniel, really. Oh, this is interesting. So I've looped the movement block, and it is now no longer completely linear. So it'll basically, because it's logarithmic, he goes and pauses here, and then he goes and carries on in a minute, and then he just goes and stands there for a little bit. That's actually quite nice. I like that. I do like that. That's quite nice. So he keeps going like crabs do. He does this, and then he goes and slows down a little bit, and then just goes. This is actually really nice. I like that. And if I wanted to make that a bit faster again, I can, like, say 60%. This way it's going to stop here and then linger and then keep going. I actually like that. So it's cool to do this in blocks and leave these things as blocks, because that means if I wanted to make a change later, I can just do that. So that's nice. We have a little bit of time. I can see what I can do in regards to expressions. That'll be nice. I think I might do that. I'll go and lock the leg motion here. And the movement I'm okay with. So 2, I'll go and save that. How exciting. This is really cool. I do like this.